Alright, so there's some validations that I want to run by everybody. Recently, we've been seeing a lot of volcanic activity. Kilauea just started erupting this morning. And then last night, when I haven't had seen any in quite a while, I saw some really, really amazing orb swarms shooting out, flowing, doing all their amazingly mesmerizing stuff. And then I started reading this right here, or remembering this, that some other researchers who tracks this stuff pretty well, put out, and I found it, and it kind of lined up with a lot of my sightings, and it lines up again. So it looks like we're heading into the front side alignment, which is the Earth is basically going in between our sun and the brown dwarf, the destroyer. So what's happening is we're entering into the particle stream exchange between the two. So when this happens, this is usually when I see the orbs on my infrared camera start, swarming at night, shooting through the ground. Apparently that's what they are. It's the particle exchange between the two suns. Whatever these particles are, they are, the massless kind, and they shoot right through the Earth. And of course, the volcanic activity is basically us getting that increased particle exchange, heating up the core, causing, all the lava to, get hot, get active, push towards the surface, and cause all this sinkholes, land reformations, whatever. So it looks like this is proving to be more accurate than I believed at first. So I give it a lot of credit now. I also give a lot of credit to Mike from around the world, because what he has been saying is also lining up. He talked about the huge asteroid field, the 1,000,000-mile long debris field that is kind of heading our way, and that we're going to be passing through here pretty soon. And but I don't know, a week, maybe 2 weeks ago, maybe less, Jupiter had some asteroid collisions, some large ones, which also validates the fact that these things are starting, to move in closer to us. Jupiter is our shield, pretty much. Its mass basically grabs and sucks in most asteroids that get dislodged from the asteroid, the Kuiper Belt. But Jupiter, as well as all the other planets in the solar system, are starting to change. They're starting to heat up. A lot of new things are happening on them. So if Jupiter changes too much, its polarity, its pole could alter, and that could be pretty rough for Earth if he doesn't continue to grab those loose cannons from flying towards us. But what it's looking like is this really is going to be a long, dark winter, with a lot of possibilities of meteor showers with actual big rocks. I did all this to prove it to myself, basically, to find out what information out there is trustworthy, what is real, what I could prove myself, what I could put stock behind. And it's taken till now, before I've had enough time, seen enough things, connected enough dots to know what theories are more accurate, which ones actually touch us, which ones are hearsay. And this is looking like this is a reality. I'm seeing all sorts of huge objects passing by overhead the last few days also. So we're also going through, in between all these planetary debris, and so we're going to be seeing a lot of these crazy, I guess I can start calling them asteroids again, asteroids that are passing through the atmosphere doing all sorts of crazy things. So buckle up and get ready, because I don't think that Blue Beam could do all of this stuff to the solar system and everything. I think they are just piggybacking off this natural cycle and using it to further their agenda. They're doing everything they can to calm the population and make them feel like, hey, everything's hunky-dory. Keep saving for your retirement. It's take these jabs, so when everything gets crazy, we know exactly where you are. Confiscate your guns, so when everything gets crazy, you're dependent on us, and you got to accept our FEMA camp, one world religion bullshit. So just want to give a heads up to everybody. It's been proven to me, so look at it, fact check it, whatever you want. This is the information. Do with it as you please. Alright, so this is what happened last night. This is the particle exchange, I guess, is what it's looking like between the star, our star, and the brown dwarf. This is what happens when we start moving in between the two of them. We get in between their particle exchange, and this is what happens with the Earth when that bombardment occurs. That increased particles coming into the planet basically makes our atmosphere thicker, so our atmosphere is changing, which means everything's getting more condensed. That means the storms are going to get more condensed, more violent. And that also means that we apparently have these meteor shower storms that are approaching that people need to be aware of. If you have a basement or some kind of shelter somewhere that you can go in case there is a meteor shower in your area, I would recommend having something ready. Of course, stockpile food now, because this is really going to be a nasty winter. The government's probably going to piggyback off of this event and trigger their martial law or some crap like that. Either that or they'll use it as an excuse to trigger their freaking seismic weapon, cause an earthquake, or God only knows. Just know this is probably going to be a pretty nasty winter. They've already initiated their Operation Screw America, so they're clamping down on all of our resources, pinching us off, trying to make things worse, stealing more money, building their shelters, their bunkers, while we, get the fake news on TV that tells us everything's okay. They're doing a fantastic job of convincing people that everything is okay, that all you have to worry about is, the political crap, which, they did a good job. They even pulled me off of looking up for a little while. I started looking at the ground, started getting concerned about the vaccines and all that crap, but, the real threat, I think, is coming from space, and I think I've proven now that, it's real. This is all, it's all lined up. Everything that I just said is lining up. I've been able to prove it with my own experiments, which is what I advise everybody else to do. Don't believe me. Fact check everything I said. Try to prove it yourself. But I'm telling you, this is what I've seen. This is what I've found out with my experiments, and who is basically now has weight in my eyes from the things that I've been able to prove myself, which is really what everybody should be doing, proving it to themselves what's real and what's fake, because there's a lot of fake crap out there. It was so thick that I didn't believe anything I was getting from outside, so I started documenting and doing my own experiments because I had to prove it to myself, and I pretty much already have. But now that everything's happening all at once with this alignment, and I can see it on my security cameras at night with these orb swarms, I've been watching these huge asteroid move past one at a time the last few days. I'll try to put a little clip of that in here. So yeah, they're passing, they're getting closer. Our Earth is getting electrified. There's more and more plasma fires, which is the increased energy that's coming into the Earth that the Earth has to discharge. It can't really handle, so it's basically doing all these different plasma lightning things to basically try to balance out ground-based lightning, sinkholes from all the shifting and everything, the volcanoes pushing up all the lava, which is putting ash into the atmosphere, which is blocking out sun. It's all going to add up, and we can't trust our government to be there to help us when we need it. They actually have another agenda to use it to either depopulate or take further control from us. So don't rely on them to come and save you. Make sure you have everything you need, a medical kit, enough food and supplies to get you through a long winter. It's probably going to be a bitter winter, so you probably need extra clothes, fuel for heaters, flashlights, batteries, ham radio, all that stuff. Generator. Just be as prepared as you can, because this is happening. And it's only going to get worse. This is probably going to be our first taste of, the bad stuff. But it's only going to get worse from here. And the destroyer is real. I didn't want to believe it, but it's fitting everything that's happening, and a lot of this stuff I know can't be faked with blue beam, or a lot of it is real. So they're doing what they can to mitigate and hide and get us as unprepared, because they want to use us as a depopulation. They want us unprepared and wiped out, so they can come in and pick up the pieces and control the rest. So be wise, be aware, keep your head on a swivel. Don't trust anybody knocking on your door telling you got to follow them to some fucking camp for your protection. I mean, look at it. It's like it's pulling these particles straight up. So it's like the particles are escaping from the Earth's atmosphere to, equalize the bombardment of particles, and the increasing the mass and the electrification. And also, Mexico should be worried. They have a huge heat plume building up under them right now, which is the lava heating up and being pushed up closer to the surface, looking for a place to escape from. It just went off on Kilauea. It's flowing out like a. So I'm putting out my warning, showing my piece, my evidence. Take it as you will. I have no reason to make any of this up, no reason to lie, no reason to push fear. I don't like attention. I don't ask for money. I have my own business. I take care of myself, but this is important. They don't want you to know. Fuck them. I want you to know. I think everybody deserves to have all the information so they can make their own informed decisions based on truth and not misinformation. So take that as you will. Stay safe and enjoy the rest of this crazy orb swarm video. Alright, some photos from yesterday also. I mean, you see this thing. It's obvious a group of asteroids dropped in right there. You got the obvious cloud. You can see they kind of shot up from above. They kind of arc down. There's a little grouping of them. They look kind of like little comet missile clouds. There you go. There's a better one. I mean, it's just not a normal cloud. I hate to say it. It could also, yeah, you see it hiding in there. It almost looks like there's a triangle in there too. But there's another group right here in the morning. You can see that sphere with the two trails at the top. It's moving from right to left. That's one of those leads. Caught that one first thing in the morning. And then you got right here, look at the bottom, the very center bottom. There's a little dark spot and then a bigger one behind it. That's the lead and the back one moving past. You see the little ripple wakes under them. You can see their shadows through the clouds. They're creating that wake washout as they move from right to left. You see how they push it up? Yep, that was them yesterday, so they are definitely coming.